Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hi, my name is Jasit Kaur, and on this channel, you will be learning different chapters of your class 8 social studies. And in this particular video, we will be learning your second chapter of geography book named as Resources and Development. So, let's start the video. So in this slide, you can see different images of different resources, like we have land here, we have water here, we have machines, and then we have different electronic gadgets, and then lastly we have soil. Now, out of this picture, you have to identify which things are considered as natural resources. You can write your answers in the comment section. So, as you must have studied about natural resources, so the things which we directly get from nature and we do not pay any money to any person while using these resources. So, you have to identify natural resources out of this. So, now if I tell you, like, we have land as a natural resource here, we have water as a natural resource, then we have soil as a natural resource. So these three are natural resources because we can directly use this from nature, and we can use them without any modification, and we do not pay any money to any person while using these three resources. And on the other side, we have machines and electronic gadgets. So for this particular things, we need to pay money for for to the person from which we are getting these resources, and also we these resources are made by human beings with the help of their ideas and technology. They created this both the resources, and that is why these machines and electronic gadgets are not considered as a natural resources. So in this uh, chapter, the name of your chapter is Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation, and Wildlife Resources. So, in this, we will be discussing different natural resources. But in this particular video, if I talk about, so in this video, we will be covering one of the most important natural resource, that is land. So as I've already tell you that land is one of the most important natural resource we have with our environment. And talking about the earth surface, we have 30% of the area of the earth surface is covered with land. So suppose if this is a land, out of this 100% of the earth surface, we have 30% of area which is covered with land, and whereas the rest 70% of area is covered with water. And out of this 30%, if I talk about, a very small amount of land is habitable where people can easily live their life. The rest of the land out of 30% is very sparsely populated. A less number of people are living in that particular land. So you must be wondering why there is uneven distribution of population is there on one particular land. So this is because of two factors, that is land and climate. Because of land and climate, there is an uneven distribution of this particular 30% of the land. So now talking about the climate, so suppose if we have one area of land in Maharashtra where we have a moderate type of climate. Moderate type of climate means where the climate is not too hot and not too cold, means it is a balanced kind of climate. So as Maharashtra is near the coastal area, so we have a moderate type of climate, and this due to this moderate type of climate, a large number of people live in this particular state in Maharashtra because people can easily adjust it to this particular kind of climate, and they easily live their life in this particular kind of climate. But on the other side, we have one land which is located in Rajasthan where we have a very hot kind of climate. So in Rajasthan, we can see a very less number of people as compared to Maharashtra. A very less number of people are living in Rajasthan because people are not bearable to this much heat, so that they can easily live in that particular kind of climate. So people do not prefer, or they do not like to live in the state where it is very hot or very cold kind of climate. So that is why the area which is having a moderate type of climate, that areas are very densely populated, whereas the area which is having a very hot or very cold kind of climate, that area is very sparsely populated, means very less number of people live in that particular area. So this is how the climate of one particular land affect the distribution of population in that particular areas. So now on the other side, we have land. So how land affected the uneven distribution of population? So the land where it is having a duct topography. Duct topography means, topography basically means that what kind of a landform we have. It is a mountainous area, or it is a plain area, or we have a deserted area. So topography means what kind of landform we have. So if the land is having a duct topography, means this, like this. If one particular land is having this kind of topography, or it is having a steep slope, like mountains is having a steep slopes, and then the low lying area which is easily susceptible to waterlogging, where the area which is low lying and water can easily collect in that particular area, and the deserted areas, and lastly we have thick forested areas. So these all areas is having a very sparsely populated population, because people in this area, they are not likely to live in this particular areas, because it is very difficult to do agriculture in this area, as mountains are slopy. So there may be a chances of landslide or other natural calamities there, and people are find it difficult to construct roads or use different facilities in this area. It is not very much likely to build houses or in the rough topography. So that is why these areas are very less populated, because people find very difficult to do different activities in this area. So less number of people live in this kind of areas. Whereas on the other side we have plain area, and we have river valleys. River valley means the area which is located near the river, so that is called river valleys. So in this area, these areas are very densely populated, means large number of people prefer living in these areas. Why is it so? Because in plain area it is easy to construct houses, it is easy to make road, and it is easy to do agriculture in plain area. And on the river valleys area, we can do agriculture here, as the soil is very fertile near the rivers. And also we can establish different factories over near the, like suppose this is a river, so we can establish different factories over there, because it is very uh, important raw material or very important element, that water is needed in every industry. So we number of industries can be located near this river valley areas, so people can get job opportunities here also. So that is why these two areas are very densely populated as compared to the area that we can see on the left side of your screen. So this is how these different factors are responsible for the uneven distribution of population on one particular land. So now there is one question for you. So you have to observe the land in your region where you live, and you have to write how it has influenced the lifestyle of the people living there. You can write your answers in the comment section. You can take a screenshot of this. So now talking about my area, so I live in Punjab. So here I have a what kind of land? So here we have a plain area. So here people mostly prefer to do agriculture, or they are doing different as the road can easily be constructed, so they are indulged in transportation activities, and also number of factories and industries are being established here. So in these three kind of, for industries, for agriculture, and for transportation and other services, people are using this land for different purposes in my region. So like this, you have to tell in what kind of land is there in your region, and you have to tell me that how it has influenced the lifestyle of the people that is living in your region. So this is one question for you, and then we have MCQ question for you. So you have to answer that which factors are responsible for the uneven distribution of population in the world. It is due to the land or climate, or only climate is responsible, or vegetation is responsible, or settlement is responsible. So out of these four, you have to select one particular option. which is responsible for the uneven distribution of population. So now moving forward, we have again two pictures for you. So now you have to tell me in this picture how the land is being used for different purposes. Like you have to tell me how in this particular pictures land is being used. So you can observe this picture and you can write your answers in the comment section. So now if I tell you, so here I can see the land is being used for agriculture, here it is used for forest, and then here is mining is being done, and then construction of houses are there, then it is used for constructing roads, for establishing industries. And talking about this particular image, here we can see number of houses here. For agriculture it is being used, and rivers are also there. So we can see that for different purposes, the one particular land is being used. So now talking about the land use, if we look at the term land use, it is a combination of two words, land plus use. So land use means that for what different purposes we are using that particular land, it is termed as land use. We can use one particular land for industries, for establishing roads, for agriculture, for mining, for for setting up industries, for building our houses, for forestry also. So how one particular land is being used for different purposes, that is termed as land use. And this land use is being affected by different factors, like we have physical factors are also responsible for this, and human factors are also responsible for this. So in physical factors we have topography, soil, climate, minerals, and availability of water. So these are the factors which are responsible that how we use one particular land for different uses. Suppose we have topography, like if we have mountain area, so we can use this particular land for doing terrace farming here. So if we have plain area, we can construct our houses in this particular area, or we can establish different industries here. So and the second is soil. So if we have a fertile soil, then we will definitely use this particular land for agriculture. And then if we do not have that fertile land, so then we can make our houses there, or we can establish industries there. Then we have climate. Climate we have already discussed earlier that how climate is being affected one particular land. So if we are having a land in very hot climate or very cold climate, so it is very difficult for people to use that particular land for agriculture. So they must be using it for different purposes, for different activities, like they can establish their small scale industries over that particular land, or they can use it for other purposes, but they are not definitely not using it for agriculture. And then we have minerals. If we have one particular land which is very good, which is very rich in minerals, so we will definitely use this land for mining. We cannot use it for other purposes. So because we have a minerals over there, so we will definitely use it for mining. And then we have availability of water. So if we have a land where the water is very easily available, so we can use this particular land in number of ways, like we can establish industries over there, we can use it for agriculture, we can construct our houses because we need water in our daily course also. So we can use this one particular land for different purposes. Then human factors are also responsible which affect the land use, like we have population and technology. So suppose if we have a land where number of people are there, so this particular land is being mostly used for constructing houses, because if one particular land where we have a large number of population, so people need houses to live. So in that particular area, we can cut trees and we can establish different flats so that people can live their life easily. So that particular land where the large number of population is there, so that particular land is mostly being used for constructing houses or for flats so that people can live in that particular area. And the second is technology. Technology also plays a very important role, that how the land is being used. So if we have a good type of technologies available with us. And we have, suppose we have a land which is a very good, in which we have a very good amount of gold is available in that particular land. So we can use, with the help of latest technology, we can use this particular land to dig out gold from the land, and then we can use it for mining, and then also we can use this particular land for establishing industries, as we can easily get raw material as a industry. So we can use this particular land for mining and industries also. So population and technology are the two factors which also affect the land use, that how we are going to use one particular land. So these are the factors, physical and human factors, which affect the land use. Now, here I have prepared a crossword puzzle for you. So now you have to tell me, that you can take a screenshot of this crossword puzzle, and you have to tell me in which different ways the land is being used in your region. Like if I talk about my region, so in my region, as I've already mentioned in the previous slides, that my region, the land is being used for farming and for shops. So now you have to search different ways in which the land is being used in your region, and you have to circle this, and you can also write your answers in the chat box, which different words you find in this crossword puzzle. So you can take a screenshot of this. And now we have question for you. So topography, soil, climate, and minerals is some of the physical factor that affects the land use. So this statement is true or false. You have to tell me the answer. So you can write this answer in the comment section, and I will be checking your answer in the comment section also, like you have answered it correctly or not. So this is all that we have covered in this particular video. So we have covered that we have learned about the most important natural resource, that is land, and how the land is being used for different purposes, and why the land, there is uneven distribution of population over the one particular land. So we learned about this three things, and in the next class we will be continuing this chapter only. So if you enjoy this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel below. So thank you for watching my video. So we will be meeting in the next video.